Hey there, it's David Davis from TrainSignal and VMwareVideos.com, and I'm excited to talk about a brand new free tool. You all know I love talking about free tools for vSphere. This free tool is called the Uber Network Fuser by Nicholas Weaver of EMC. He's a V specialist, he's a V expert, and he's also an amazing free tool developer. He's cranked out a lot of great free tools like the Uber VSA, and this is a new free tool he came out with, and in fact it's the first free tool he's ever developed for Mac OS X. In fact, it works with VMware Fusion, and it fills a big gaping hole in VMware Fusion because, as I discovered, VMware Fusion doesn't have the virtual network editor like you would find over in VMware Workstation. VMware Workstation has a very nice virtual network editor. You can go in and create all different types of private virtual networks and different virtual networks within VMware Workstation. VMware Fusion just doesn't have that. So Nick went out and created his own, really, it's a virtual network editor for VMware Fusion that is ideal if you want to go in and build your own vSphere virtual private networks to use like for a virtual vSphere lab. So these would be in VMware Fusion, and then let's say you want to build a private virtual network and then run like vSphere 5, a couple ESXi hosts, and iSCSI virtual machine in there to use as a virtual NAS, and maybe a domain controller and a DHCP server. Whatever you want to do, you can keep it all on a private virtual network inside VMware Fusion, but you won't be able to build that network unless you have Nick's Uber Network Fuser, or UNF as he's calling it, which is actually much easier to say. So by the way, you can't run UNF unless VMware Fusion is stopped, and that's what that big green box tells us right there, that I have stopped VMware Fusion. UNF is available from Nikipedia.com right here. This is Nick's post where he talks about the new tool that he created and how to use it. He even has an excellent video over here on how to use it. I just thought I would create my own video to show you what it did for me and how it works, and also to give him a little extra promotion because he deserves all the promotion he can get for all the time he spent working on this great free tool and his other free tools. So this is it. This is UNF. I downloaded it from the link back there. Very small tool. You know, of course, in Mac OS X, you just drag and drop it into your applications folder, and the installation is done. There's nothing really there to talk about. Once you run the tool, it tells us here if Fusion is stopped or running. If Fusion is running, you're going to have to close Fusion because it has the virtual network configuration files and virtual machine configuration files locked. From here, you can go into the Networks tab, and then by default, these are the only two virtual networks you get in Fusion. What UNF allows you to do is to go here and create a brand new virtual network, and in our case, we can give it a name like vSphere Lab 1. And then I can go in here and I can enable or disable DHCP, enable or disable NAT, enable or disable the virtual adapter to make it private or not. So I created this virtual network, and then I can go in here to my virtual machines, and let's say I have an ESXi host here. I can connect that ESXi host to my new vSphere Lab private network that I created. I could connect another host to that as well. Of course, I can create multiple networks over here in the Networks tab. The Configuration tab here is really for the different paths that would be used that UNF would be editing for the virtual machines. So that's it. I know it seems like a pretty simple tool, but it fills a very critical hole in VMware Fusion by providing this ability to create these private virtual networks that don't have DHCP, that aren't connected to your local LAN or to the internet, that you can use to build, let's say, VMware vSphere Labs. So thanks for watching this video on Nick Weaver's Uber Network Fuser. You can download Uber Network Fuser from Nikipedia.com. Stay tuned to Nick's website, Nikipedia.com, for more free tools, and also to my website, VMwareVideos.com, for more videos on how to use vSphere and other free tools. Thanks for watching.